company that is full of women, are there so few women that do training like yourselves, and why do you think that is?
That's definitely maybe not so much at me. I think that's more at you two.
I think you should start.
But I mean, there's a lot of women in our... In the dressage side of things, there's certainly a lot of women riding. All our individual medalists in Paris were women. I think the FEI rankings at the moment would be dominated by women. Just saying. Woo! So yeah, I mean, I do think in my particular bit of it, the women is the girls are strong.
I think this lady was suggesting trainers rather than riders and competitors.
Yeah, but I think
it is. Who's our person? Oh, there we are. Thank you for.
More in sort of like Warwick Schiller's field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's quite a lot of coaches.
Room, how many men are actually very few.
That is very true, but yeah, I think that
Riders, particularly, I just mean in the sort of
more in their side of things that you don't see so many women do the
very
Am I allowed to say something that might be considered sexist?
Go for it. Go on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
So, and I talk about this at clinics, and I'm trying to make a point. But I say, you might notice that a lot of people who are in the training business, especially these teaching people how to train horses, they're in the problem-solving business with horses or whatever, are men. And I says, because... Here we go.
This is going to be good, isn't it?
This is going to be good. If we want to be in close contact with the opposite sex, we have to start out where they are and give them what they want before we can get what we want. Whereas women, if they want whatever, they can go, and it's like, okay. And the point I try to make with that is I try to tell, most people you're dealing with, like in a clinic situation, are women, and I say, put the shoes on the other foot. You're the man and the horse is the woman. And you've got goals you want to reach with them, but you can't go straight to those goals. You have to have the first date, the second date. You have to be empathetic. You can get what you want in the end.
I mean, would you like a digger instead of a spade?
It's an analogy about empathy and understanding and realising that it's a relationship. It's not an act.
I get that. I am just being, facetious.
Facetious coming from the Greek word faeces, meaning to talk shit.
I am good at that too.
No, I meant I was talking shit, not you, sorry.
I have a few different theories on this, sort of directly related to the question you've asked and why we see... Do you know what? I always make a joke saying, where are all the boys at Pony Club? They're in these secret training camps and then they wheel them out to compete in jumping at the Olympics, don't they? Like, there's no boys at Pony Club or riding club or low-level competition, and then you go there and it's just 300 male Whitakers. And for me, part of it is, I think... There is a stigma still. I was bullied at school because I rode. Because, it's a girl's thing. Boys shouldn't ride. And so I think any boy who decides to stick... And I was from a horsey family, and I still felt it a lot. Do you know what I mean? And I think any boy that decides to stick with it gets so much praise and so many opportunities for being a boy that's involved in a sport where they're discouraged, that I think it unfairly weighs them in some of those aspects. I've been told from my point of view, I don't know from the teaching thing. I'd be interested to ask you, we just did an event last weekend called Horsemanship Showcase. There were dozens and dozens of trainers there all day. Hardly any of us are male. I think sometimes, and I'm just going to start that again, this isn't something I think, this is something I've been told. And I disagree with this. Let's say that again. I've been told this, and I disagree with it. As a performer, I'm told that with a majority female audience, they prefer to support and see a male performer than a female performer. And I disagree with that. But I don't have an answer to that in any way at all. But if if you're asking that because you feel lost for a strong woman in the natural horsemanship or liberty world, then I can definitely throw some names up and out to point you in that direction. There are so many phenomenal women who are incredible and sharing that knowledge. But yeah, I think there is a strange disparity, and I also wonder if part of it is due to what we see at the lower levels within that, and how that skews it. But I think it confuses you and I as much as anybody else.
Yeah, that was kind of a glib answer before I gave that I use as an analogy at clinics, but I really don't have a good answer for that. I mean, I think they are way better suited to the job than men, really. You know, they by nature are empathetic, caring, sensitive, aware, pick up on the feelings of others, and so, check all the boxes for what would make a good horse trainer. So I have no idea really. Sorry.
Do you think we're too emotional?
No.
Not possible.
We don't project our emotions onto the horse. Because we just
I think anybody can project emotions onto the horse. I think men in general can turn towards anger quickly, and women can probably turn towards sympathy quickly, and sympathy is different from empathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for, empathy is feeling with. I don't think either of the sexes are the perfect applicant for the job, but I do feel that women are much more suited to at least the way I look at things these days, because I feel, I think people probably feel like, if you're starting young horses, you've got to, you've got to be tough because they're going to do this and that and something else. But I feel if you have a solid enough process and really can work on having a horse with a regulated nervous system, all that reason to be tough is non-existent, because it takes two people to argue, So yeah, I don't have a great question, but I don't think I have a great answer at all.